Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Exploring Avatar. Thank you for everyone who's here. Slight change of plans. Sadly, at the last minute, Drew couldn't make the show. So we're actually going to hold off till next week to go through the issues. So I really apologize. But I thought it'd still be pretty cool to maybe look forward to like 9 or 10 days from now when Ubisoft is holding the Ubisoft Forward event and maybe go over what they could potentially show when it comes to the first story DLC pack for Frontiers of Pandora. So hopefully that is okay for you guys today. Like I said, thank you for showing up. Shout outs to Afton Child, Snake Eyes, Albert, Cabletown CEO. Thank you guys so much for being here and for everybody else as well. But yeah, apologize for that thing at the end, but such is life. But we could still talk Avatar. So if you guys don't mind just being me today and not having Drew, then we can still try to have some fun. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. Are you guys still playing Frontiers at the moment? Let me know. So I'll bring up some art here. So as you guys know, on June 10th, Ubisoft has announced their, annual Ubisoft Forward event, their showcase in the summer where they go over their, their biggest upcoming titles, some little news for other games, things like that. And they did actually come out with the teaser. There's no footage of Frontiers on there because what they're pushing is Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and X Defiant, their multiplayer game they just came out with. But what they did say on their website, coinciding with the trailer, was that if you tune in and you watch through Twitch, they have up to 9 Twitch drops. So it's a way for them to kind of get you to, stay and actually watch the live event. And what they do is, so here are these little benchmarks. So, and usually what they've done, for the past couple years, even with Frontiers last year before the release of the game, was wherever right here you see the different like 15-minute mark, you can earn this charm for Rainbow Six Siege. Or right here, the second one, at the 20 minutes, you'll earn the Forest Dawn Trinket in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Usually what this means is that at that moment, like at that minute mark, they'll be discussing that game. So it's a way for them to, barring them actually coming out and spoiling, exactly everything that's going to be on the show. They say, these are the big 3 we're talking about. And then obviously, if you're interested in these other games, maybe you should be watching at, so-and-so minute mark. So that's what they've done before with Frontiers before the game released, and it looks like they're doing it again. And because it's in the summer, what could they potentially be talking to us about when it comes to Frontiers? Well, we have the 2 upcoming story packs. So that's what they could potentially be showing us at that 20-minute mark. And it makes sense because if you also see at the 30-minute mark, so 10 minutes later, if you're still watching, you'll earn the Trailblazer Trinket for Star Wars Outlaws. That's also another game that coincidentally is developed by Massive Entertainment, the same studio behind Frontiers of Pandora. So they're kind of going to knock their segments off one right after another. So, but of course, just for clarification, because I know, I guess on Reddit, it got my post about it. I had said, get ready to tune in June 10th at 12 Pacific time to the event to get our first look at the story DLC 1. And then I said, Ubisoft has officially announced that if you're watching through Twitch at the 20-minute mark, you'll earn the Forest Dawn Trinket. I guess I saw that on Reddit, the people were taking it that I said it's confirmed that they're going to show the story DLC 1. I just said get ready to tune in for it to see that. The only thing I said was they officially announced the whole Twitch drop for Frontiers at the 20-minute mark. But so I just wanted to get that out of the way really quick. I know this person here just kind of, you know, drug me through the mud a little bit. That it's just I'm clickbaiting, and you know, don't take anything I say serious, and I'm not reputable. It's okay if you don't want to. It's totally understandable. I just wanted to clarify that's not what I meant with my post. Whether it was this one here on Twitter, and I said the exact same thing on Instagram. I wasn't confirming they said story DLC 1 was going to be shown. I just said they officially announced the Twitch drop, but what will they most likely show is the story DLC 1. That out of the way, let's go on to this story. So obviously, we knew from before the game came out, they had released their plans for the upcoming season pass, and it was in the summer of 2024. We get story DLC pack 1, titled The Skybreaker, and in the fall of 2024, DLC pack, or the story DLC pack 2, Secrets of the Spires. So let's go over like what we do know of these packs, what we could potentially see. Let's see here. Oh, real quick, shout outs to Snake Eyes. I'm still playing Avatar and playing Final Fantasy 16. Oh, that's cool. And Zelda Breath of the Wild. That one's, yep, still such an amazing game. I still need to get onto Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't gotten a chance to play. I mean, these take a bunch of time, and I just haven't had the, you know, the chunk to devote to it like I want to. Afton Child is saying they're playing Avatar right now. Cyber Spook said had to postpone Avatar for a while, move into my new place, and have just got back into it this week. Just reached the Clouded Forest. Awesome. So yeah, especially for people that are still playing, even if you've completed all the content, that's it's great to see. It was such a great game. Honestly, surprised me, especially obviously before release, nobody really. Ubisoft doesn't have the greatest track record at the moment. But I always said, it's down to the individual studios that make the game. And Massive, coming from the Division, pretty much they had a good reputation. And to me, and for other Avatar fans, it seems like they really knocked it out of the park. The details are incredible. Did it perform as good as they wanted? It really didn't, to be honest. It hasn't really sold well. But that was because it was revealed that it was initially supposed to coincide with the release of The Way of Water, which obviously that would have been the best thing for it. Everybody going to see the movie, being hyped about Avatar, wanting to go home and, watch more or play something. There you go. There would have been the perfect option, Frontiers. It would have sold a lot more to coincide, but, they had to hold it off. It's better to hold off and release something when it's ready, as we've known with the Avatar sequels themselves, then try to just rush something out the door. But hey, let's appreciate what we did get, and we still have 2 story expansions to come, so we're not done yet with this game, so that's good to see. All right, so what have they told us about these 2 story DLC packs? So for this first one, titled The Skybreaker, they have said a mysterious shadow looms in the sky, threatening the Na'vi clans below who are celebrating at their great festival of games. Face the RDA and protect the unity of the clans. Coming summer 2024. And actually, I have further quotes from a trailer, a post, like a season pass trailer they had done around the time of the game released. And this longer quote on it is, story DLC 1 will take you on a journey alongside the nomadic Zeswa clan as they venture into new areas of the upper plains. So it's not going to be a completely new region for this first story expansion. It's just going to be new areas of the upper plains, which is still great. Upper Plains is one of my favorites of the 3. So it's still going to be great to go to new areas, and at least we're not in the same areas as we were before. And this is a concept art that they kind of showed us, teasing this story pack 1. So we get the Navi here with the dire horse, and then they continue as we show this next piece that they tease us with. You will reunite with old friends in a grand gathering of clans. However, this joyful occasion is interrupted by a mysterious shadow looming in the sky. And that's where we get the main art for the story DLC. This one right here, as it's coming to interrupt the gathering of the clans. So it says it's a looming threat in the sky that threatens the clans during their great festival. As a seasoned warrior, fight back against the RDA once again to protect the clan's unity. So yeah, that's really exciting. Like I said, this is not the one introducing a new region. I was always hoping that one of these two, before they announced what they actually were, I was really hoping that one of these would be a region next to the ocean, so that, coming off of the Way of Water, we could have gotten that synergy right there where, like, in a story expansion, not necessarily obviously the Metkayina, but just a different ocean region, but would have given us the opportunity for those same similar creatures, like, mounting an elu, maybe even being able to tame a potential skimwing. I was really hoping for that. We didn't get it, but it's okay. In the second one, which is this one right over here, The Secrets of the Spires, that one they claim engage in epic aerial combat on your Banshee to uncover the secrets of this new canyon region and restore the peace before it's too late. Coming fall 2024. And with this one here, we also have a further one from the Season Pass trailer, a longer quote saying, introducing a completely brand new region of the Western Frontier, which, let's pop up the concept art that they actually did give us for this completely new region that honestly looks incredible. So I cannot wait to go into this region right here. So if any of you guys hadn't seen this, that is their concept art for this new canyon region, as they describe it. And they continue the RDA's destructive mining in the region, which is this art right here. It serves as the looming threat for this new region. So your Banshee will be the key in gaining the upper hand in epic aerial combat. Uncover the region's hidden secrets, stop the RDA, and restore the peace before it's too late. So it looks incredible, and I'm really interested to see what these secrets are in these spires right here, because that's what it was. The name of the pack even is the Secret of the Spires. So it's going to be real interesting to see what it is that we have to uncover here in this new region. But what do you guys think so far about these two story packs? Let's see here. Snake Eye says, man, that picture looks like the sun is falling from the sky. It definitely does. This one right here. And what are your guys' thoughts on what that is? Obviously, right off the bat, you watch Avatar 1, you think it's like a Valkyrie shuttle or something. So do you guys think this is a completely brand new RDA aircraft? What do you guys think this is? I mean, with them saying you have to face the RDA once again, obviously it has to be something RDA related, right? And as we touch on that, I know that's the biggest complaint with this game that I've seen is the lack of enemy variety. And I mean, it comes down to them just working hand in hand with Lightstorm to really be able to make this game canon. And that way, Lightstorm can reference it in upcoming sequels, like they have said they would. And which even in Avatar 3, they said we'll see something. So we'll touch on that in a second. So with them, having to work with them hand in hand to make this as, it's got to be canon. Everything has to fit. They can't go as crazy, even though it's a video game, as they would maybe like to when it comes to enemy variety, because it really works for a movie where you maybe sit down for 2 to 3 hours, but when you change the medium completely to the video game, I can see where, maybe the RDA and what we've seen just can't fill out, especially an open world kind of like RPG like this, this many hours of a game where you're like, it just kind of seems like I'm battling the same enemies over and over. Did you guys has that been a complaint of you guys in the chat as well? Just the enemy variety, which I'm hoping for each of these 2 expansions, they have, cleverly figured out, even if it's just obviously strictly RDA, somehow figured out in a canon way how to add enemy variety. I think they did it really, really well when it came to the different versions of the amp suits. I did like that, where obviously we have the standard that we have seen, especially in the first movie, but then they had, the different little, this one is mostly, shooting off grenades, and this one's doing, or this one, look at this one, it's more protected. It had those kind of like, even like the armor plating and maybe the shutters, the plating on the glass as well. So, and obviously at the end with Mercer's amp suit, he kind of had all the best. He combined the elements from all the different variety of amp suits that we had seen throughout the game and into one, and I thought his was pretty cool. So hopefully they have come up with something clever to give people that have that as a complaint as, a solution to add more variety in terms of the enemies. What about you guys? Were you also hoping for, a region next to the ocean to potentially live out some of your way of water dreams at the moment? Or what do you guys think of these 2 so far? Obviously, the first one won't include a new region, but even, the what we do see of it doesn't look that bad, and the upper plains was already in an amazing environment. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Chariot Shark says, I didn't mind fighting the same enemies over again, to be honest. Avatar James Sully in real life says hi, hello, welcome to the stream. And Afton Child as well says, I really don't mind the fights. I mean, and that's great. And it's probably mainly a complaint from, maybe people that aren't entering this game as really big Avatar fans like us. Maybe it's more of a casual gamer. So, but at least for them, I hope they have figured out some new enemy variety as well. But also the potential of new creatures, which is going to be great as well. Because I thought this team, working alongside Lightstorm, I felt they really knocked it out when it came up to the new creatures that we've seen throughout these 3 regions. I thought they've been incredible. The new flying creature, terrifying, the Storm Glider. I don't know if you have come across it, just running around the open world. When it chooses to go after you, it's kind of terrifying. I like the clips of people that I've seen try to even recreate the whole Jake Sully flying above it and then trying to just land on it and see if they can tame it. That's pretty funny. Chariot Shark says, I would love an area by the sea, but I'm still super excited to explore new areas of the Western frontier. Yeah, and that right there as well, just the Western frontier. I really like that we were, really far from anything that we're gonna see in the movies. We're just in this complete other section of Pandora, and we didn't really have to rely on the tried and true characters from the movies. That way, the movie team, that's their characters to tell their story through the movies, that we love. But as well, because Pandora is so big, it gives us the opportunity as fans to experience stories in other regions with brand new characters that we can meet and you know uh pretty much become invested in just as much as Jake and Neytiri, things like that. I mean, in this game, people that have really put a lot of time into it have maybe spent more time with these characters from this game than even how long they've spent watching the movies. So that's kind of crazy to think about as well. Hope this can spill over into other sections as well, like the comics that we've covered issue 1 of Solek's Journey, and it's a prequel to the game. But I like that it's finally a comic series that's not really dealing with the main characters, because it's pretty much all we've had up until now is just a comic series that either fleshed out a little bit in between the first 2 movies, or something like that, or even fleshed out with Sute's Path some more events even during the time of the first movie. So I hope they do more of that. Give us new stories with, not for with new characters in new regions that are just, considered canon and we can get invested in as well. Let's see here. Cyber Spook says, wasn't there talk of a desert area? I thought we even saw concept art of it before. That was actually for the now canceled a mobile game, Avatar Reckoning, which it really sucks because I was really looking forward to that game. So before release, it ended up back in January earlier this year. They put out a statement that they were gonna not develop it further, and it was essentially canceled due to some restructuring within that particular company in the landscape of mobile games. I mean, hopefully it wasn't that the previous month in December they saw the the lack of a response for Frontiers and just felt that maybe it was better to just kind of abandon that before they put more resources into it. But it really looked interesting. But you're right, we did have concept art of some desert regions for that one, and that game was also going to be canon. Supposedly, it had some. We ended up seeing some pictures of some canon breaking outfits. So I think for that one, for those kind of like certain gear, because they have to monetize it, obviously. I guess we'd have to suspend disbelief and know that the particular gears aren't and outfits are not canon, but the story was supposed to be, the clans that you meet in the game were supposed to be canon, things of that that sort. But no, sadly got canceled. And that one it had some exciting multiplayer as well, because along with PvP, us being able to fight against each other, it also had PvE where we would kind of be able to get together and get together against bigger boss fights. So, but yeah, sadly not. JPCM says, I don't know why the chat wasn't showing up before. I don't know, man. It's been here since we started. Hopefully it's working for you now. But yeah, so that is everything for the first one. I'm pretty sure you guys agree that it's a shuttle. Cherry Shark says, I think it's the shuttle. It's that's pretty much what it looks like. I wonder if, with the size of it, if it means, it's going to be one of those, like, that itself will become a fortress in the sky that we have to go and try to infiltrate and take down. Like, that'll be pretty cool if it ends up serving as like this story expansions like version of like a Death Star or something, you know what I mean? So that would be pretty interesting to see what what that entails, and how many more aerial vehicles of the RDA we might see as well, like some other ones aside from like the Samsons. So on to the second one, the Secret of the Spires. Another one focused on aerial combat, but I really love the look of this region. I think they've done a good job at, even though two of the regions were forest, I like that one of them, basically was like that Avatar 1, rainforest, and the third region we go to, was kind of like a completely different, Northern California, large sequoia tree tile of a style of forest. So I like that it was visually different right there. It was all clouded. It was awesome. And then we had the upper plains, and this one as well, just looking completely different, and their own unique version of floating mountains here, or floating spires as they call them. So but yeah, pretty much we are down to, I believe, 9 or 10 days away from Ubisoft Forward. So I'm really hoping that that's what they're going to show us, with obviously story DLC 1 supposed to come out in the summer. We haven't seen anything yet. We haven't really heard anything yet. It's kind of been radio silence for a while. So hopefully this really is when they, at least show us the first story, and maybe just a potential release on the second one. But hey, a trailer that maybe encompasses both the first and second, I wouldn't mind that either. Anything particular you guys in the chat are looking forward to, like particular type of new creatures? What do you guys think about this new region right here that we see teased in the art? What do you guys think? We got Chariot Shark, who says, do you think we'll get any new multiplayer updates, like being able to play with more people? I mean, do I actually think that's what they're going to do? No. I don't think so. Maybe that's something where, depending on how successful it was, it's maybe something they would have considered for even after the season pass. But because of its performance, I'm pretty sure they won't want to really put any more resources to it. It seems Massive Entertainment in general, and I think Ubisoft as a whole, which is the publisher, they're looking to get away from, kind of investing in other companies' IPs. So like Avatar, even the Star Wars, because the reason they got the same studio, Massive Entertainment, got to do the upcoming Star Wars Outlaws is because Disney saw what they were doing with Frontiers. They liked what they saw at the time, and then they gave them the green light to basically be able to work on both games at the same time and, create an open world Star Wars game as well. Obviously, probably open world, since you're going to be being able to visit, different planets instead of just different regions. But it looks like they're not even going to entertain a potential, no matter what the sales on that one are. It doesn't look like they're entertaining a potential sequel or anything. They already announced they're moving on to, going back to the franchise that they created, The Division. Right after Outlaws comes out, they're going to go back to developing The Division 3. So So I think any further support for these games, apart from what they already promised with each of them, a season pass with two expansions, sadly, I think that's going to be it. We do have the current co-op where we can play with our friends, like we can travel these regions with our friends and everything, but further maybe like a PvP or any other type of events outside of being able to just play with your friend already and continue do the story. So you can already do a lot, but I don't think they'll expand on it any more than that. Cyber Spook, I'm curious to see some new creatures from the Spire region. Hope we can get a trailer at the upcoming event. I really hope so. I'm assuming we can be very confident in that we're gonna get a trailer at least for the first story. Whether they show us this new scenes from even the second one, that's to be seen. But it'd be great to at least get a little aside from this art piece right here, a little bigger look of this new region. Oh, another aspect of it, which it might not apply to Frontiers, even if they show us, the trailer to the first story DLC. Back here, they had also included that they'd have a 30-minute pre-show, but says keep watching after the show concludes for a deeper look at some of the upcoming games. It most likely it's going to be a deeper, longer look at Outlaws, especially Assassin's Creed Shadows, but potentially, very small chance that maybe they could show it even a deeper look at story DLC 1. Maybe like an extended gameplay, maybe a few minutes long, 3 to 4 minutes, uninterrupted, like extended gameplay, but very, very small chance for that. It's most likely a deeper look at the big ones they have actually releasing this year. But in terms of going back to your question, the new creatures, it is going to be very interesting to see, what new creatures they add for the brand new region. Oh, actually, guys, we actually have Drew joining us now, so let me patch him in. Drew.
What's up, Jerry?
How's it going, man? I had told him everybody's all sad. Drew couldn't make it.
I am here.
Something come up, but look, hey, you made it, man. You made it. That's good.
I made it. It's been a minute since I've signed into StreamYard, so I was having trouble logging in, and I was a little bit late anyway, so.
Yeah. But no, I was just going over with them, like things that we do know about the upcoming story expansions. I went through the quick little description they given us of each of them, and even a further kind of longer one they've done through the season pass trailer online that everybody can find on the Ubisoft YouTube account. You can see their trailer for the season pass at the time, but it doesn't include any new scenes. It's stuff they told us before. Let's see, before we even got the release of the game. Where they had said that with this first one, in case maybe you didn't watch that particular trailer, so we'll be journeying alongside the Zeswa clan as they venture into new areas of the upper plains, and we will reunite with old friends in a grand gathering of clans. And however, this joyful occasion is interrupted by a mysterious shadow looming in the sky that threatens the clans during their great festival. And kind of like some images we went through that they actually did tease us in that season pass trailer they did was this kind of little concept art here. they actually showed us, what this gathering of the clans kind of looks like, as well as the main image they use for the story pack, which is this one here. And what's your opinion, kind of hearing that description, seeing these images? Everybody here seems to agree that looks like a shuttle. And do you agree? And what do you think this pack could potentially hold for us when it comes to maybe new RDA enemy variety? Oh, did we lose you again, Drew? Oh, looks like we lost him again. No. All right. Well, he'll come back. He'll come back. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Snake Eyes brings up a great one. Will there be new tribes? I would say probably for the first one, no. But honestly, Snake Eyes, dude, I'll be honest with you. I completely didn't even think about that. But for sure, on the second one that introduces a new region, we'll definitely be getting, a new clan, just how we did for the main game, where every region had its, a clan, basically to go alongside it. So yeah, that's actually, very interesting. I didn't even think of that. So there you go. I assume for the second one, we will at least get introduced to one new tribe. So that's actually going to be very cool to see, what kind of clan that turns out to be. Especially when in, relation of looking at this, the canyon region. We had the upper plains. They were mostly about, the plains and riding the dire horses. We had the Aranahe clan, which reminded us a lot of the Metkayina clan from the first movie, be it the rainforest. And then you had, the third region. But yeah, let me know if you guys have thoughts on what kind of new clan / tribe could be associated with this type of region right here. So kind of let us know in the chat what you guys think of that. Drew, we got you back? No. So I guess not yet. All right, let's see here. Got Cyber Spook. I want you. That'd be interesting because I believe the Manticore would be kind of bringing back some concepts that didn't even make it into the final cut of the original movie. So yeah, be interested to see what they kind of dive into in terms of coming up with the new characters. All right, let's see here. Brandon Lewis. Oh crap! I almost missed it. You didn't miss it. We're here. We're here. As soon as we get Drew on board with us, he's having some technical difficulties. We will probably be able to even dive into maybe issue 2 at least, because he did have some personal things going on, so he's a bit late. And if he can solve his technical things, maybe we'd be able to dive into at least one of the issues with you guys here today. But let's see if he gets it resolved. Brendan Lewis, once again, hey Ubisoft, add to a romance option when. Yeah, they have romance options in some of their other open world RPGs, but not in Frontiers. Drew has been taken into custody by RDA SecOps. We got to break him out, guys. They're always trying to silence Drew. Oh, let's see here. Chariot Shark. I have no idea what clan we might encounter in the new region, but they'll probably be my favorite. Hey, most likely. I mean, uh, it the region, just this art. Honestly, just the region itself will probably become my favorite, just visually, because we've had the forests in the past, and the upper plains were really interesting, really cool, but this is more like my cup of tea here. It's really alien looking, really, pretty awesome. So you're right, and they've had more time, to develop this next clan. So hopefully they knock it out of the park. Let's see. Let's try to help Drew here, guys, so we can potentially get one of the issues for you today. So just give me 1 second. We can hear his clicks, but we can't get Drew himself. No. All right, pulling it up for you guys. Let me know if you guys see the comic on the screen. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so issue 2. Let's see here. So a little recap of issue 1. Solek connected to Awa for guidance in enduring the turmoil of war, where his ancestors spoke of a path that may bring him peace. After the loss of another clan member, Solek set out to walk the path of the Promiser. At the peak of the Hallelujah Mountains, Solek completed the first feat, standing among the flamingo orchids where he saw the Sky People had been defeated. All right, so let's continue with issue 2 of Solek's journey. We're in 2158. The stars turn many times in the skies above. For 4 years, I have sought the Palulukan stalking the jungle. So the Thanator. My task is to tame the dry mouth bringer of fear. Every time I find him, I am forced to fight or flee. The Thanator brooks no peaceful approach. Everything I do leads to the same result. I'm getting very good at escaping when he attacks, but escape is not what I'm after. I have exhausted every strategy, every craft I know. And I know we stated this in the past stream, but I'm really liking the art in this comic series here. So shout out to the artist for the Solek's Journey miniseries. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys also really like the art? Sometimes it hasn't worked too well, to be honest. Sometimes, it seems the Navi kind of complicate some artists, but I really am liking the look of the Navi and the Pandoran creatures in this comic series so far. Yo,
What's up,
can
Jerry?
you hear? What's up? We finally got Drew. Thank you. How you doing, man?
Good, good. It wasn't for a lack of trying, I promise.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have a
Oh
couple
my.
different logins, I guess, for StreamYard, and I'd logged into the wrong account. I don't know why, but it was not working at all.
All right. Hey, at least we finally got it. I barely just started going a few panels into issue 2. We did that little recap of the first issue, and so far it seems he's on a journey. He says it's been 4 years, so it's been 4 years since the first issue, which should have also taken place at the time of the first movie, 2154. So it looks like now we're in 2158. So, we are kind of going up or further in the timeline as these issues come out. But yeah, pretty much before that, we were just talking about, those 2 story packs. One of them just giving us new areas of the upper plains. The other one, a new canyon region that I was showing off the art before. Any thoughts? Just quick little thoughts you might have on the story packs. What maybe you would like to see enemy variety that they might add with some, new RDA troops or anything you got about your excitement for the upcoming story packs?
I haven't really thought about them a whole lot. I know you've gone through some of the details, but I haven't really kept up with what they've said. All I knew was like the two little short paragraphs they gave us, like one about each DLC,
Yeah.
and that's really all I am aware of. So I know one of them was like adding a canyon region, and the other one was like defending against an RDA attack in some kind of like summer festival or something like that. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I haven't really done good at keeping up with what's coming because I've been too busy playing Frontiers of Pandora.
Playing the actual game. Hey, no fault in that. Some of them here in the chat were like, "I'm playing it right now." So,
Oh, that's awesome.
hey, it's cool. It's cool that our podcast can still be something you listen to while you play the game. So, but speaking of the game, we're still in a way talking about it as these are the issues we're going through. The prequel to the actual game, and specifically of the character Solek. So I'll stop blabbering and go back to the issue for you guys. Let's see here. All right. So reluctantly, I have to admit, I have only one option left. I have to ask for help. Drew, why do I keep coming across like my favorite panels every time where I'm like, this is one of my favorite panels. Now this one's one of my favorite panels. That looks awesome, man. I'm really shout out to the artists in this of this series. That looks awesome. And dude, look at that weapon. This guy's like a predator weapon. This is awesome.
The thing is awesome, and like so many of these little frames just take me back to Taruk the First Flight. Honestly, since we're actually getting to see those different clans in comic form now, so I'm loving it as well. I don't know if I'm ready to say it's my favorite, but it's up there.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Oof. Pull back and get the full image. Even better.
Absolutely.
I am Solek, and obviously, I see you in Navi. I seek the Anurai, Natikameya, Masolek. You have found those you seek. You come to us out of the jungle. You are Omatekaya? Man, this guy looks awesome. I am Trong. Oh my god. I didn't even notice the jaw things on on his headpiece on that guy. I didn't even notice that. Man,
and he's got it all. He's got the long, like aqua nose piercing and everything.
He's like, "What are your favorite characters? Let me grab a little bit of each," and there you go. Oh man, that's dope. But the Throng are no more. I walked the path of Panuyu. Quick disclaimer once again, Drew and I are terrible with Navi words, so really, we apologize with us butchering them. It's not our forte at all. Hope you guys can kind of manage with our terrible pronunciation, but just apologies. So he's like, I walk the path of Panuyu. Will you help me? The Anurai clan live next to a great sacred bone sanctuary. Here, among the ancient remains of creatures long past, they craft careful memorials, ones they work into their everyday lives. Lore, dude. Me and you were just like, we're always the suckers for lore. This is great.
It is. It's cool seeing him go through all these different clans, and I know we've said this before. I've said it many times. I like when they tie different media together, and so it doesn't feel like Taruk was just its own thing, and those clans only exist then. But I love that we're getting to see even more of them now on these
Exactly.
pages.
And we'll definitely, in a future stream, we'll he keeps referencing Truk the First Flight. We're gonna dive into that in a future stream. But for all who don't know, it's the Cirque du Soleil show that was running for a time, where it depicted the actual story of the first Taruk Makto, which was Entu. And we actually, have seen and spoken to Entu in the actual game Frontiers of Pandora through Awa. So you guys will be familiar as well, because he actually was the founder of the Sarentu clan that our character of Frontiers was a part of. That traveling clan as well. So he actually founded that clan. Okay, so their craftsmanship is said to be unparalleled. I remember tales of the legendary beauty and strength of their weapons, but I do not come to marvel at their works. Oh, not the Kamea, I am Entok. Not the Kamea, Entok, I am Solek. The Thanator is the totem of the Anurai. Your knowledge of the Palulukan, stop. You speak too quickly. I will take you to the Sahik. Oh man, that's like Drew sometimes telling me, like, Jerry, okay, stop, stop.
Yeah, hand out and everything, like spear in one hand, hand out in the other.
Oh
Stop,
man,
Jerry. Take a
that
breath.
that's our new logo right there. Solek and Entok, just stop. Oh my god. What do you guys think so far in the chat? Because I will be honest, I'm reading through these blind with you guys. I've saved, not reading through the issues as they come out. So this is actually my first time going through it as well. Drew, I think he might have read them, but I like to keep it live right here. So pardon if I keep freaking out. But yeah,
Yeah,
just let
I've
us
read
know
it.
what you guys think so far.
I read issue 4 today,
Oof,
which was fun.
oof. Nice. I explain myself to the Sahik of the Anurai. She listens carefully with barely a word, letting me tell all that I have endured and all that I have seen. I ask her for the guidance of her people. I ask if they will help me with my quest. She says that I carry the weight of my tail and offers to take some of it from my shoulders. No, what? Hold on. Okay, it's just down there at the bottom. She shows me a flute and asks if it is not a most delicate and beautiful instrument. She tells me it is carved from the tooth of a Palulukan, one whose spirit runs with Awa. Man, that is great. It is undeniably exquisite. You are trapped in your dream of the past. You are looking to your dream of the future. Be where you are. Be patient. This brings me back, Drew, to the last issue that we covered, because we said there was a lot of these little, things you can actually take out from that first issue, like passages, like kind of like learning, like just in life. It was like imbued with some life lessons in there, and I like that they've kept that trend going even for at least issue 2 right here. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it too, and it's cool to see all the other tribes that he's meeting being so supportive. Like no one's, shaming him or anything like that. They're all welcoming him for what he needs, and then trying to give him just that and send him on his way even better than when he came to him. So it's been kind of an uplifting theme, even though what happened initially was obviously very bad, losing his entire clan.
Yep. Exactly. Shout out to YouTube Premium Watch. Let's see. They say, thanks for doing these stream, guys. Looking forward to both Frontiers of Pandora DLCs this year and Avatar 3 in December next year. Well, thank you, and we appreciate you're glad that you enjoy these streams, and it's more for us sometimes because we get a kick of just talking more Avatar amongst ourselves and along with you guys. So it's super fun, especially when we have some new stuff to go through, like these recent, these new issues right here.
Yeah, and we've noticed like a lot of the creators aren't creating a whole lot right now because we're kind of in that downtime in between movies. Not much going on other than this comic, so we thought it'd be fun if we hopped on tonight and actually fulfilled our promise to do the next issue.
Let's see. Entok, this one comes from far and has far yet to go. Do you believe he deserves to learn our ways? Oh, I like his spear right there, man.
That's cool.
He said no. He said that he has seen many who bear pain like mine, and there is nothing special about me. So she told him that he would give his patience to me, and I will give mine to him. She told him to take me with him to help me find what I need. Oh, such a great shot. And yeah, man, look at the skeletal remains of a Thanator.
It's such
I love that they kind of worship
artistry too.
Yeah.
Like it's like that perfect mix between realism and like it's still a comic.
Exactly. I do not need to take much of your time. I only need to know how you approach the Palulukan without enraging him. And then he just snorts. I will not deny that your tale is a sorry one, but the world is not here for you. I never said it was. Awa showed me my path, and my path brought me to you. It did, and now you want everything. Quickly, quickly. Choose one of these bones. Entok is slow and measured in his movements. He corrects me when I fail to do exactly as he does. He says we will carve flutes. He tells me the bones must cure for 3 nights. Otherwise, he says nothing. I do not think he intends to help me at all. This is one of the oldest works of our clan. Do you see? All the beasts of the world united. Man, it's so good to even see them like even just the simple things like just doing art like this. Man.
Yeah, some of those things we've wanted to see, like even in the movies, it's like you can make the movies twice as long and just let us see what they do all day, you know?
Yeah.
I always want more not be.
Exactly. It's like RDA, we already know RDA, but it's like all these Navi. This stuff is the stuff that's fascinating, and I like the differences between just like here on Earth, just the differences between people, between the clans here, the different regions. It's just so fascinating, and then to see them take inspiration. The artists behind this obviously always take inspiration from our world and give it that Pandora filter, and just see how it comes out, and it's always fascinating. So it's like pretty much everything we love about the series and the Navi. I love that it's at the end of the day, it's kind of just stuff from our world just passed through this Pandora filter, so let's see. Oh, here we go. This is Entu, the first Taruk Makto, riding to defend the Tree of Souls from a sea of flame. He summoned Taruk with the music of the Anurai. You are Trong, yes? Look here. Oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah, I like that. Not only is it, they put all the animals on there, they're also telling a story too. It's
Yeah.
not simply, hey, this is a Leomatrix, but it's into the first Taruk Makto. Yeah, I love that.
This is Haunutuun, your ancestor, one of those who answered the call of Taruk Makto. And if I remember correctly, he's the one that he saw in or through Awa, right? That's who we were introduced
Yeah.
to in issue 1. Okay.
Yep.
Those who shattered the rock that held the waters that doused the flame. So basically what it was for anybody is that in the main, reason that in the Taruk the First Flight they went on this adventure and he became the first Taruk Makto and everything was because this lava from this volcano, if I remember correctly, was basically just encroaching and about to destroy the their tree, and that's what they're talking about. The waters that doused the flame, they doused the lava. You know of Haunutuun? He is in our songs. It was Haunutuun who spoke to me in my time of need. And now you come to us as Entu once did, as many do. That is a tale worth telling. I climbed a mountain at the behest of Haunutuun, and I saw there that the Sky People had been defeated. But I still dream every night of the war. Every day, I see it when I close my eyes. I have no wish for stories to be told of me. I wish only to live free of this pain. Then go sit with the Sahik, and she will play you a lullaby. My God.
This is not one of those friendly not videos talking about.
Oh man, I like this guy. This guy's great. The Sahik told me to learn from you. Then be where you are and stop explaining yourself. You talk too much and think too much. Entok is very skilled at the craft of the Anurai and names each of the tools he shows me, taking care to have me learn them all. We do this for days. Never does he mention the Paluukan. Days pass into weeks. The stars turn in the sky. If I speak of my quest, he tries me to silence. If I speak of myself, he sneers. Many times he tells me to work on my own. Sometimes I find that he has left entirely to hunt without me. I am left carving a flute when I should be in the jungle. One night, I find myself alone again. I see something I have never seen before. A Palulukan lies wounded, but not yet dead, while one of his sisters paces. She sees his weakness and cannot tolerate it. He was predator, now he is prey. She bares her teeth, a clear threat. I act immediately before she can strike. Then he hits it. I know the signals of her body. I can see the muscles of her hind legs. I know she will leap. My thoughts are screaming at me to run, to escape. We move as one. I aim at her eye. A swipe that could surely decapitate me passes close enough that I hear her claws sing in the air. That's a cool way to put it.
We don't support animal cruelty here.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Don't punch Thanators.
For your own sake, especially in Frontiers. Death is near. I stand ready to deflect it again. My heart races. My mind reels. No, I am not at... What did we say this one stood for again? Was it the Hallelujah Mountains?
I believe it's the...
They're really trying to stump us in this one, man.
Is it the Tree of Souls? I don't know, man. I'm not good at Na'vi, and I do not remember
either the Tree of Souls, yeah,
it's the battle or whatever.
Yeah, so yeah, back to the events of the first movie. With this one, they're really trying to get us on this. They really want you to memorize these Na'vi words, and we're just the two worst people for it. So we apologize, everyone. Need like a glossary. I am not facing the machines of the sky people. I must still my thoughts. I must be where I am. That's great. Just like last time, he's got that lingering PTSD, especially in that first issue when the events were like really fresh.
And yeah, I looked it up. You're right, Jerry. It is the Hallelujah Mountains.
All right.
It means floating mountains.
I return to myself and find that she has vanished into the jungle. Will she leap at me again? She does not. Perhaps I struck her hard enough to give her pause. The wounded one snarls. He would kill me if he could. That image. Ah! Oh, man. Let's see. His wounds are deep. He may yet die, but he will not let me help him. He retreats, and I do not move. I do not threaten him, and I do not withdraw. He is not out of danger. This is the first time I have met a Palulukan without battle. I resolve to help him. Entok carves his flute in the village. I carve mine here. I stay near and watch over the Palulukan. In the day, he sleeps, and I treat his wounds. In the night, he wakes, and I keep my distance. I return to the village and show my work to Entok. My carving is clumsy, he says, but the flute will play. After 3 days, the Palulukan accepts an offering I leave for him. In time, he might accept my approach in his waking hours. Something approaches us. I believe this is Entok, right? Just playing the flute.
Yeah.
So he just continues to play. Thank you, Entok. Over and over, I practiced the tune that Entok played. Then one night, to my complete surprise, the Palulukan comes to me. He does not leap for my throat, but at any moment he could. I know what he is. I can feel the deadly power in him, just barely held at bay. His flank hums with it. I will attempt Sahelu. I tell myself, no questions, no running, no fear. I share the pain of his wound, and he shares mine. I share his power and his speed, his incredible, unstoppable grace. I laugh for the first time in years. I laugh. He shares my quiet joy. A proud Entok on the side. He rises, and I rise with him. We are strong and sure. We do not run from anything, nor towards anything. I speak no words. We simply stand where we are. I will remember this always. The Anurai celebrate with me when I return to them. I am made welcome among them, more so than even before. Before they showed me the kindness of a guest. Now, Unatikameya Entok, or my Entok, Unatikameya Masolek, you release the Palulukan back to the wild. Yes, I will not take him from his home. Your task is done. Come. The Sahik calls for you. Okay. Solek, you are as our own. Here, there is peace for you. Here, there is a home for you. Do you wish it? I do wish it. But I cannot accept it. This would be a happy home, a good home. Yet I am sworn to a path, and I must walk to its end. Please do not take affront. You honor us by honoring your oath. Do not look back as you journey forth. Do not dwell in this place once you leave. What you have learned will be with you. Thank you. I travel now to find the armor of the Kuras crab. I know of the clan that crafts it. Thank you, Entok, for your help. Did I help you? Let us say I did. For the tale that will be told of your trial here and trials yet to come. To be continued. What a great issue, man.
It is. I honestly, as much as I like the first issue, I like this one even more. We're getting farther into the story. Definitely enjoying it.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty awesome. Love the, obviously, like you said, the look at the Anurai clan that we haven't seen since, like Taruk the First Flight. The lore that we got from them. The more time we spent with the Thanator itself. That was really awesome. And here's our peek at issue 3. Leave no trace.
And then, making Sahelu with the Thanator, that I can really imagine anyway, but with that type of creature, this is wild.
And we had actually brought that up before, during our last one, right? Let's see. We had said how rare it was for kind of like the Taruk Makto itself, and that one gets more of the glory. But we had pointed out, also not many Na'vi throughout history have, made Sahela with the Thanator himself. I mean, maybe more members of the Anurai have throughout history, but still it has to be something that's really, really rare. So, they might kind of worship them, but who knows if they really ride them. His little instance that he got to right there was pretty particular. This was a wounded one. He kind of stood by it, and so it eventually, it allowed him to do that. So I really don't know if other ones in this clan are able to as easily, make that bond.
Yeah, and then in Avatar 1, obviously we got to see Neytiri do it, but it was such a particular circumstance. Literally, they were helping the Tulkun was helping heed the call of Awa of Truk Marteau, so that in itself was a unique circumstance for sure. Like you said, I don't know how many people have ridden them, but it can't be too many more than Truk, you wouldn't think, but
Yeah, so that's they really don't hold it as such high esteem as the other one, but like we said, the Taruk is pretty much the apex predator of the skies, and so far as we know, the Thanator is basically that, but for the land. So that's it's still really really interesting. I mean, I guess the one for the sea so far is the Akula, as we saw,
yeah.
go after go after him in the way of water. So yeah, what did you guys think in the chat? Did you like the second issue? And what do you think, Drew? Do we have time to go through the third one, or what do you think?
Totally up to you, man.
Yeah, let's do it. If you guys in the watching live in the chat, you guys are up for it. Let's do one more. So I'll just give me a few seconds to load the third one on up. So honestly, I just want to keep reading myself. So let's just let's do it.
And I will say, and having read issues 1, 2, 3, and 4, 3 is so far, I don't really know why, and we're about to get into the issue, but 3 is actually my favorite of the series to date. So
really,
yeah,
man. All right. So, all right, guys, let me load it up and let's hold Drew to it. Let's see here. Bum bum bum. All right. Think we're all set up here. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Not adapter die. No, not 3 of this. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. This is not the one. No. He's like, it's like issue 3 of adapter die? No. For the love of God, everything that is
what
holy.
issue 3 are we covering here, Jerry?
Not that one, please. That'll be once we've exhausted all the other ones. I'm sorry to say. Let's see. Just give me 1 second. Okay, now I got it. So let me bring it up. Bum bum bum. All right. It's on the. Is it on the screen? Yup. Okay. All right. All right. So this issue 3 of Frontiers of Pandora Solix Journey.
A little better.
All right. Just a tad bit. All right. So let's get a little quick recap again, like always. Solek attempted to tame a fearsome Thanator. Oh, here you call it the Thanator, but you had us read Palulukan like 20 times. But a chance encounter put him face to face with the beast in order to save another that was left for dead. Using lessons learned from the Anurai, Solek soothed and healed the wounded Thanator with the tune from his Anurai flute. After bonding with the Thanator, Solek respectfully declined the Anurai's offer to remain with their clan to honor his quest. Okay. So now we jumped 1 year later. Now we're in 2159. Last words and talk of the Anurai spoke to me, echo in my thoughts. For the tale that will be told of your trial here and trials yet to come. I do not undertake these trials for tales to be told of me. I am Solek of the destroyed Throng clan. I am without family or position. I am nobody. My path is laid out before me. Now that I have tamed the Palulukan, here we go. You have to do it again. I must seek out where's the translation? The Kura's crab, and armor myself with its shell. After my time with the Anurai, I know better than to try to complete the next part of my quest alone.
They put that in there just for us. Like, all right, we're going to put it right here on the page this time.
They recap it. You know, the recap is for dummies, us. And then the actual issues, they're like, nope. This is the territory of the Tapani, the clan of silent war. I will make a plea to them, for the Kura's crab is their ally. Oh, I got you. If I can only find them. Snap. Who is there? I swear, man, they always got to make like the coolest entrances. It's like a
yes, that looks awesome.
Obligatory. I am Solek. I seek the Tapani. Onate Kamea Masolek. I am Akang, outrider of the Olangi. Olangi? Oh, wait up. I thought, according to the Way of Water, visual guide, the Olangi was wiped out at that battle of the Hallelujah Mountains. So maybe he was just somebody
that... For some reason, I was thinking what was left was absorbed into other clans, though.
Okay.
I believe. I mean, I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've read it, but that's what I was thinking. I thought, like, they were wiped out, but, like, I don't guess literally every single one.
Yeah.
And
I guess maybe he's not meaning, like, I'm part of them right now, that they're still around right now. It's just that he was, like, that is his origins. Okay. That makes sense. Natikameya, my Akong, I carry message between my Oloaitan and the Tapani. One does not find them unless they wish to be found. They will not approach me while you are here. I mean them no harm. They will decide that. And let me tell you, no word will convince them. They have been watching you from the moment you set foot within their boundaries. If you are worthy, they will show themselves to you. That's awesome. I wish you luck, Solek. Do not try to follow me. It will just make things more difficult for us both. Already watching me. I seek your advice. I must. No words will convince you. Then what will? 2160? I make my home here while I wait. Okay. He's like, I'm just gonna... Avatar 3 delayed? I'll just stay here for a whole year then. Oh, man. I make my home here while I wait. Days turn to weeks. Weeks turn to months. I know this forest now. I am part of it. I watch the Kura's crab. I learn where she gathers, where she feeds. I know that no arrow or spear will pierce her shell. I can see no weak point in her armor. I begin to hunt. After 6 months, I am no closer to catching her. She will not be trapped, tricked, or even touched. Every time I get close, she vanishes into the jungle like water flowing into a hole. 6 months.
That's wild.
21.
Athletic.
61. God,
as
I feel my own
athletic and
life
quick as a
flashing.
Na'vi is, and they can't catch this thing. So like,
Yeah.
it's wild.
And then their shell, OP. Shit. Another year. I find no trace of the Tapani. There is no village, no shelters anywhere. What in the world? I have failed to gain their approval. I do not even know why. Shall I live out my days here, unable to complete my quest? Hey, at least he learned patience. Because, wow,
Absolutely.
2 years already. There will be no tales told of me, Antuk. It is foolish to think you are watching me out there. Is it not? It would be madness to watch me for 2 years without speaking to me. Madness. Madness is talking to people who do not exist. I'm nobody talking to nobody. That is not so. What? We are the ones you seek. Onatikameya Masolek of the throng. Come with us. Oh, Onatikameya. Dang. The entrances. Dude, the shelled armor. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Look how many of them each one
We
of them
have
has, and Solak can't even get one.
Oh man, that's awesome. We haven't seen like before this, we've seen very little, depicted in like official art and stuff like that of the Tapani clan. So, like of all these that we've seen so far, I think that's why I really like this series. It's really showing the more of these clans that we knew but we hadn't seen much, and just all the lore that we're discovering along the way as well. They make no sound at all as they lead me through the jungle. Even moving among them, I find them hard to see. I have been through this spot many times. I never saw or heard a hint of them. This is your village? You are of the forest. You have some knowledge of silence, but you are not Tapani. You know why I'm here? We know what you have been doing. We know that you fail and yet remain. We do not know why. Please let me tell you. Will you hear me? Like even the little ones that were like from younger, versions of the crab. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they look, I mean, basically
Look
like
how
they
many
did in the
babies.
Charuk show, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. They agreed
But
to
yeah,
listen
they're
to
all
my
armored
tale.
up.
Yeah. Man. So many of the crabs. No wonder they're like, nope, I'm out of here. You ain't
They
gonna
gotta be
get me.
fast.
Yeah, dude. They're like, look at that. There's our generations or our ancestors right there on them. I tell them where I am from and what I have seen, of the horrors that remain with me wherever I walk, both in my dreams and waking hours. I tell them of my quest and how I have fared, of mountain and sky, flower and beast, of my time with the Anurai and my journey to this place. I beg for their aid with the Kuras crab. They ask no questions. When I am done, I wait in silence for some time. As the silence grows, I begin to fear that they will cast me out. Have I not spoken well enough? Should I have learned more of the Tapani, of what they value? Are they so different from my own clan? This one walks a sacred path with steady steps. I will teach him. All right, Neytiri. Her name is Rimu. She takes me to the children of her clan, who play soundless games in the deep foliage of the jungle. The children leave no traces of their passing. They make no utterance, even when they fall. I thought I knew stealth. Compared to them, I step as heavily as a hammerhead titanothere. My God.
Coming in clutch again with the translation.
I don't know. Like, where is... Oh, there you are. There. She takes me into the trees. She's very beautiful and very steady. Stealth is not only a stillness of the body. It is a knowing of the self. You are always staring at me. Listen to what I say.
This man's been out in the woods for like 3 years. Probably went half mad.
That's true. Hey, and don't forget the 4 years before he even came across the Tonowari. So you're at like 6 years. He's like, hey, you gotta give me a second. I am listening. You dog. You must see exactly where you are and flow naturally with what surrounds you. The wind, every leaf and branch, the quarry you seek. Is there something you wish to ask me? How do you capture the Curtis crab? How do you get through her defenses and pry the shell from her back? All right, now you're the one getting close. We do not capture the Curtis crab. We do not pry the shell from her back. We take... Okay, Drew, this is why you liked it. Everybody in the chat.
So like as a boo.
It's a trap. Oh, man. We take... Dang. What she is willing to give. My flute? True, did you write this?
There's a lot of jokes here that I'm just not even touching on.
This is ridiculous. It is an excellent instrument. Did you make it? Yes, it is very important to me. I did not feel you remove it. Teach me to do this. Why? I could just bring you the shell of the Curtis crab, make a gift of armor to you. Then your quest would be satisfied and you could move on. Dang. Are you mocking me? You did not stay with Tonowari to learn their craft. That would have been very difficult and taking a long time. Do you wish to be here with the Tapani a long time? Do you not want me to? Maybe I am mocking you a little. I said I will teach you. If you learn well, it will take perhaps 2 years. 2 years. Or I can get you a shell by sundown tomorrow. Which do you wish me to do? You know what I would choose, Drew. You know what I would choose.
Sundown.
That night, these damn dreams. I dream of battle with the sky people as I so often do. I hear the screams of my people, the roar of machines that are still with me every day. I see fire and death. I want more than anything to be rid of this pain as quickly as possible. Man, this is something where, like, if 6 years later, maybe it's just not something you're gonna get over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure it doesn't help he spent so much of that time traveling or waiting to find a tribe. I mean, he spent a lot of alone time since basically losing everyone.
But the mountain peak was not the point of climbing. There I saw hope return. Standing with the Palulukan was not the point of taming. There, I learned the patience of the Anurai. I say I learned patience. What do I gain if Rimu brings me the Curse Crab's armor and sends me on my way? Teach me, however long it takes. Oh, their homes are pretty cool too. I like that. They're really unique so far. That's cool.
Yeah. It's interesting also that like he didn't see them ever.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how that worked.
Be interesting to. This would probably be one that now that you established like all of this would be maybe a little difficult to come across on screen. Like how do you know what I mean? Like how they're this like just how you go about everything, how silent they are, how quick they move, everything. So, but at least it's manageable here on the page. Really interesting. She shows me how to move as her people move, to flow without sound into the spaces the forest affords us, in any direction, without hesitation. She is so much quicker than me, so much more at ease. She speaks so rarely, and yet there are layers of meaning in every word she chooses. When there is wind, it opens the path for us, and we move without touching so much as a leaf. In time, I come to realize that I wake every day hoping to hear her voice. When there is rain, it bends the ferns into concealing tunnels. And I realize how I long to tell her what she means to me. When the sun shines, she shows me how to use its light as a distraction and a weapon. Oh, God. 2162. We pass almost a year and a half together. I learn what I can from her skill, her soft step, her unbreakable calm. And one night, Rimu, I want to tell you something. I just keep thinking back where you're like, this is my favorite one. So,
Hey, I actually like this. I thought it was super cool, man. Because I like seeing Solak finally like connect with somebody, even though he's come across some really cool Na'vi. It's not like he actually found somebody to connect with finally after all this time.
yeah, no, I'm just teasing you.
I know,
Yeah,
I know you're
because
just being silly, but like that is like a big part of the reason I actually like this story because it's cool seeing Solak like, oh wow, he's actually happy for once instead of having flashback after flashback and like missing everybody. He actually found someone he's enjoying being around.
honestly, that probably hasn't helped either. Like so many of these years, where we're already on a lot of years, he's pretty much just spent it alone, like just out there, in the wilderness of Pandora. So that's not helping the PTSD at all. And so him actually finally forming some kind of connection, and now this one has actually lasted so far a year and a half. That's really good. It's probably helping him not just in the things he wants to learn, but his actual inner turmoil as well. Let's see. I know you understand silence now. It is time for you to get the armor. I know. If you know the signs, you can see that the Curus crab molts. When she does, the shell can be easily removed if she lets you approach. I believe she will let you. If you're going to leave this place once you have the armor, if you're not going to stay, do not tell me anything other than, I am ready. I could not bear it. Now, what do you wish to tell me? I am ready. Dang. He knew. He's like, I know I have to go on. Can't stay here. So here he is with the Curse crabs. Finally got one. And we finally look at this cool close up to one of these crabs, because the official images we had in the past weren't as as close up. So it's cool to finally see that. Peeling off the shell. I almost laugh. I truly thought I would never be able to do this. She looks at me with pride, and in that moment, it means more to me than this shell, more than my quest. And then she steps back and disappears. I know better than to call her name, but still I search for her. No, Drew. Say it ain't so.
It's crazy, man. He
Dude,
made his choice.
no.
He made his choice, even though he's only like halfway in.
Wow, what?
And now that he's been with them for that long, obviously he still knows where they live or where she lives or whatever.
Yeah.
But he still can't find her. It's crazy.
It's like, you won't find me. Oh my god. You have the shell. Very good. I will show you how it is worn. Where's Rimu? She removed herself. Oh god, stop. Stop.
Oh no.
Exploring Avatar jokes.
They're the worst.
They're the worst. When she showed ourselves to you all those days ago, when we showed ourselves to you, oh jeez, you said you were nobody and we were nobody. Do you remember what I said? You said that is not so. This will fit nicely on your shoulder. In our silence, are we nobody? No, I did not mean you did, because you did not believe we were there, but we were. Are you nobody? No, I am Solek of the Throng, here with you. I need to talk to Rimu. Is that what you need? No, don't. You better not disappear too, bro. Okay, I was about to say. You have the armor. You have the skill to make more, if you wish. That is what you came here for. But I stay here tonight, think on what you need. Rimu is Tapani. If she wishes to be seen, she will be seen. So he stays there. After the Hallelujah Mountains, I knew only despair. I suffered in my days and in my dreams. I lost my home, my clan. I truly thought I would never have those things again. Never even want them, for the pain of remembering. Is the armor of the cursed crab what I came here for? Man, I'm telling you, man, the stuff they're imbuing in these issues, like the lessons you can learn. Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, he came there obviously for that curious crab, but it's cool seeing him question like, is that really what he
Yeah,
wanted, or should he stay? You know, maybe he's found his family, his new clan, a place he could be in peace, not think about all the horrors of war. That's why I like this
exactly.
issue so much. Like it goes pretty deep, and Rimu just is
Yeah,
gone.
it really does. Like you said, you like that. It's kind of like you thought you came here for one thing, but what he like him personally, more so like mentally and on the inside, it's what they gave him aside from the knowledge of just the Curtis crab armor, um that he actually really wanted and needed, even though he didn't know it. He has that vision, gasp. Then he's gripping his body. what was not possible can become possible. And I know what I need. The path of Panuyu yet lies ahead of me. Two tasks remain, come what may. I will not abandon it. Perhaps one day I will return to this place. Anything is possible. Man. So he didn't even really go forth with what, he came here for to begin with. I think what, he's taking with him is now even more, like, knowing now he has more resolve to really get done what needs to be done. I mean, he literally got confronted with, like you said, a happy place, pretty much a happy, like the happy end to his story right here. He could just live out his days, but now he's got to, continue on this path. And then we just get to be continued. Man, what a great
Yeah,
issue.
it got deep fast.
Man, that was so great. And then here we go, the tease for issue 4, which just came out earlier this week. And which we'll cover, next time. So we won't cover it on this one. But yeah, man, I really like these two issues. For everyone in the chat, which was your favorite out of the two? Did you guys like them? What did you guys think? Let me put that. But yeah, so there we go. Issues 2 and 3 of Solek's Journey. And then before that, we even talked a little bit about Ubisoft Forward and, potentially seeing that story DLC for the actual game. So, really grateful this year. Just wanted to point that out, like, of Frontiers of Pandora in general, Drew, because, like, not only was the game, did it have so many hours of, just new things to give us, and then now just the freedom to explore, these regions. But now it's even, the catalyst for this prequel story, this comic story. It's pretty much Frontiers has given us like this year's worth of like Avatar entertainment, and with still 2 more expansions to come for the rest of the year.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for those expansions because those are going to make the game even more fun for the rest of this year. And then once we get through this year, we're right into a movie year. And the build-up is always fun as the year goes on. Even though it seems like the build-up for Avatar 2 took longer in that year than I wanted it to, once it started happening, man, it was so exciting. So fun seeing all the new stuff coming out, learning more about the movie, getting teaser trailers.
Yeah. And we have Snake Eyes here in the chat says that they like the 3rd issue. So I agree. I agree that even though like it's up there with 2 for me, like I really like 2 as well. And seeing the Anurai clan, and they were just more, they had they were badass in their own way. I do like the actual deeper, like you said, the layers that we got in with issue 3. So that's man, this series that's the halfway mark, and we still got 3 more to go, right? It's a 6-issue series, so man, it's like it's kind of getting better and better so far as we go along. 4 is out, and we have 2 more after that, so I'm really excited to see how this one ends up. And now we'll play Frontiers in the future and see Solek maybe with the, a new understanding with different eyes. It's pretty cool to know his backstory. And this is what I was telling chat earlier before you got on. Like we need to see more of these, like meeting new characters away from our main movie, movie family, just to, get attached to some new ones and spend time in other parts of the world as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love getting a better understanding of who Solek is, and I feel like even halfway through, like we've just scratched the surface. So I'm really excited. I've read 4 now, but I'm really excited to see how the last 2 go to wrap up the story. And in issue 3, what really got me was like like we kind of already touched on, I really felt for Solek. It was awesome seeing him meet someone he really enjoyed, became a friend with over a year and a half, and then he had a decision to make. And once he made it, Rimu was gone, and you didn't see her again. So that really blew my mind. That's kind of deep
Yeah,
for an Avatar comic.
it re- it really was, and I did not expect that at all. That's great. I'm glad she at least gave him like where he was able to be proud of his moment of his accomplishment. She acknowledged it, but then it was from there.
Yeah, just
So
gone.
at least he got the acknowledgement from her. He got that little moment, but then that was it. That was pretty nuts, pretty crazy.
And I
But
think he's really showing who he is because honestly, I think for himself and himself alone, he would have chosen to stay. But he has a task to do, and he's going to see it through, even kind of his own loss, really.
yeah, definitely. But I guess we'll have to see if in the end, this quest that he's on, is it kind of like, was it worth it? We'll have to see if it eventually it's going to be worth it along the way to have kind of forsaken this. Even though we know, in the future years, the RDA comes back, and honestly, the peace wouldn't have lasted anyways. So either way, I feel he would have entered conflict just like he is in Frontiers, we're front and center basically against the RDA again. So, and I guess it'll be interesting to see in the future issues if we see that arrival here and we start seeing, we actually see his first into his first dog tag collections, man. Remember we saw
Yeah,
they actually got the little art mix up where they kind of gave us they showed us the necklace with the RDA dog tags already on an earlier one,
yeah,
but we haven't seen it yet. They haven't arrived back yet, so man, I'm really pumped to see how this goes.
yeah. I love what you brought up there from Afton Child. He said, "I'm going to be honest. I like this one more than the High Ground." 100%
Agreed,
agree.
100%. That one was pretty good, but it's not hitting the way this one is, and it now honestly I'm at the point where I'm putting it probably above all of them at the moment. If it keeps up this consistency of quality, it'll definitely be above all of them because it has it's got the layers, the deeper meanings, the life lessons you can get out of this. It's a really well crafted, even though it's a very just focused on one character and their journey, you do get to kind of, see the world and explore it through their eyes. But even though it's not on a grand scale, I do like this one way more.
And I had such high hopes and expectations for the High Ground, and I certainly didn't dislike the series, but it didn't hit the expectations I had. And I think for this series, I had lower expectations because I didn't think they would flesh
Yeah.
out the character to this degree. And so it's done the exact opposite. It's blown me away, really.
And this one's going sky high. This is the high ground. Like
Right.
this is now the
Something
the
like
the
has the high
pinnacle.
ground.
Yeah. Solek's journey will be looking at all the other comic series and be like, "Don't try it. I have the high ground." Oh man. But yeah, that'll be it for us on this episode of Exploring Avatar. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in across all social platforms that we're streaming to. Throughout all of them, I see about 112 people. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you guys want to join the discussion in the future, if you guys are watching us on these other social platforms like X or Instagram, join us on, like, follow the YouTube links that we give. That way you can even talk to us on here. We'd love to hear from all of you guys, but especially everybody here in the chat that's been talking to us and interacting. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, Drew, any parting words before we end it for tonight?
112 people. That's awesome. We appreciate everybody coming out and checking us out. We're always surprised that so many people show up, even though we're very inconsistent of when we actually get together and do these shows, even if we have good intentions. So thank you again to everybody that listened in and left comments. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And we'll see you the next time when we'll go through issue 4 of Solec's Journey. And hopefully, have a bunch of, details of story DLC 1 for Frontiers of Pandora to break down. So we will see you all in the next episode. Have a great night or great day.